Hello everyone and welcome to our channel Rose and Ragh. So Rose, what is today's topic?
Yeah, today's topic is very, very crucial to discuss as well because we know many people who've gone through this situation. Yeah. So how not to get cheated in the UK.
Yes.
So you'll have many people upselling different things. So what we've done is categorize this into two categories. The first one is students.
Yes.
International students specifically. Yeah. And the second one is working professionals as well.
Yes. So coming to the students aspects, how can students get cheated? Is it possible?
Yes, it is very, very possible because we've come from India, of course, so we know how things are upsold in terms of agencies selling different places in universities. It could be for undergraduate courses or master's courses as well.
Yes.
They will suddenly put a flat rate on the amount, different things, just try to upsell you, maybe saying that it's a university, but it'll actually be a college, saying that it's a university that's been established for many years, but it turns out to be a small college that's recently started.
Yeah.
And then the college shuts down and then they don't give you a refund and stuff like that. And then you're just left with nowhere to go.
Absolutely. I mean, the very first step for this, when you try to get into some university, first of all, you need to have some kind of a knowledge, like in which university I'm going to apply, and also make a list of universities, like at least 1 to 5 universities in your ranking order.
Yeah.
And the second thing is in which area, which city you're going to be placed in. So those are the main two aspects which going to change your student life in UK.
Yeah.
For instance, if you are in London, if you want to come to London, you need to keep one thing in your mind, that the expense is going to be like really high when you compare with some other cities in the UK.
Yeah.
And the second thing, if not London, you need to choose at least cities rather than in a remote rural area. Because if you, let's say you got placed in, you got a placement in some of the universities which is in the remote part in the UK, then you need to think about other aspects, like whether you're going to get your part-time jobs and all that stuff, transportation and everything. Trust me, you won't get part-time jobs if you are applying for remote part of the universities.
Because your travel time etc. will also be considered when they're looking at potential candidates.
Absolutely.
So it's always good to choose cities.
Yes.
Within the city, it's up to you where you live, but in terms of where the university is located and things like that, it's better to come to a city sort of area only because you've got plenty of options in terms of maybe malls or different stores, supermarkets, etc., where you could apply for potential part-time roles as well.
Yeah, as you mentioned, I think we already covered how to get a part-time job in UK. So that will be really helpful for you guys if you're watching this vlog. So please do take a watch. Yeah. As in, please take a look.
Check that video out as well, because we've categorized how to sort of go on a low-level basis.
Absolutely. So the first thing, you need to categorize whether you're going to university or college. I would personally recommend you have to always select the university rather than in a college, because many colleges have been busted in UK and none of them have come in the news, unlike in US.
In our international,
Absolutely. In US, of course, at least they will tell you openly, but in UK, I don't know why, but it won't come in the news. So you have to be really careful in selecting whether you're going to a college or the university. So college, remove the college aspect. Even if they offer you like £5,000 discount on this, and
like I said, there are different selling points in different countries.
Absolutely.
And we know this sells in India where they say we are offering like 70% off on this particular course or whatever it is. So always put your thinking hats on, use your common sense.
Yes.
And like Ragh mentioned, research is very, very important, guys, especially when you're targeting universities, not colleges. Now we've completely put colleges out of the window.
Yes.
So for universities, make sure it's a traditional university. What does traditional university mean? A strongly established university which has been there for many, many, many years, over 100 years in some cases, over 50 years in some cases as well. It depends on the city you're planning to go to as well. Absolutely. And then of course you will look at the variety of cases variety of courses they're offering and which course you would like to apply for.
And what is the best method to see whether this university is a fake or the real one? How can
you would go to the website firstly, check different campuses, different courses that they are offering as well.
Sure.
And then you've got contact details on there. You've got your HODs, you've got your senior professors, different sort of lecturers as well. You've got their contacts with respect to the phone numbers as well. Their direct landline from the office will be given, and the email IDs as well. So make sure you make use of these opportunities of contacting them directly.
Absolutely.
And nowadays I think there's a WhatsApp or video call
option as well.
Thanks to technology. So you can actually look at them face to face as well and ask them your personal questions. Don't think of whether this question is stupid or whether it's relevant or irrelevant. No matter what doubts you have, it may seem stupid to you, but it may be a really big
and the best thing about UK people, as in who are in the universities, in most of the aspects, they will have a lot of patience.
Yes.
They won't think that Any
you're
question
a
is a
potential
stupid
candidate,
question.
you're a potential
Yes.
student, so they will give their 100%
Person,
attention. Any question that you have, make sure you ask them through all the mediums that's available. You can, it's not necessary that you only speak to one person. To
Yes.
cross check things, you can speak to another
Different
person
people
from a
as well.
different department, different campus as well. And that will be really important for you to cross check information.
Absolutely.
Just to make sure that it's valid or not.
Yes. And what are the other things that students get into like trouble? The next thing is all about, you know, renting a space. You know, even before coming to UK, most of the people would do is there are two types of people, like one who approaches this university for the accommodation, which is okay. I mean, as long as the university is genuine, you can rely upon them. And the other aspect is where some people actually, students like trust some of the private sources to get into an accommodation and stuff, and they'll pay, you know,
in
advance, and they'll get into troubles. Don't do that. And we also covered how to rent an accommodation in UK in a separate vlog. Please do watch that as well. It will be really helpful for you.
You need to approach trusted sources. Sometimes you do have your family, friends who you'd really trust, so that's fine. If you've got your family setting up something, that's okay. But if it's somebody that you don't know and they've promised a ready-made house for you, and as soon as you land, obviously it will not be there in most cases. So make sure that your contact is trusted as well. And like Ragh has mentioned, there are many fraud cases going on where, you know, you've got private people promising things that, oh, we'll give you this accommodation, we'll do that, transfer this amount and it will be done. Transfer this amount, we'll make sure it's fully furnished, you get hot water, you get all of this. But don't fall into these traps. Like we said, your research is very important. I
mean, in most of these cases, when from whichever country you're coming from, most likely you will get cheated by your own people. So don't just think that you'll get cheated by someone else. So moving on to the next one, which is for the professional people who wants to seek a job opportunities in UK. I think there is only one visa opportunity, which is Tier 2, and most of the people actually come via Tier 2 visa. And what are the precautions we need to take? Because most of the people, like especially in India, right, you'll get promised, like if you pay like 8 lakhs rupees or 10 lakh rupees, I'm going to offer you the visa, I'm going to offer you the whatnot, like the car, probably job, everything. So how can we actually avoid this?
Most of these, especially the Tier 2 route, I think there have been many cases reported as frauds, and that is why I think the government as well has actually said something about it, saying that a lot of things are happening on this. So be very careful. So it's always good to just research about the companies, guys. So when they say that
I mean, good that you've mentioned about the research. The first research is whether that company holds a Tier 2 license or not. You can actually check it, like browse UK Tier 2 license, companies. You will get the URL and you can actually check whether the company is listed or not. And the second thing,
point to note that it should be listed in the government's official website. So the UK government has an official website, and in that, this particular company that you've potentially got a job in should be listed in there. If it is not listed in there, then you're clearly being cheated. Because here now there's a lot of regulations going on to drop fraud cases in this section of Tier 2. So this is a good way to know whether your company is actually genuine or not.
And the second thing is check their website. I mean, most of the companies do have websites these days, but of course you can also find like fraudulent websites. Don't just rely upon the website. You can go to HMRC. HMRC is a government regulated institution. So you can go to the HMRC, ask the company, whichever company, put that company name in the HMRC, and you'll get a list of details, like when it is established, how are they doing with respect to the money, as in the accounts,
how many employees
are there, and who is the director of this company, whether it's a genuine or not. And then you will at least try to understand, like, whether it's a genuine company or the normal, like fake ones.
In fact, you can go to the next level where you actually look at the accounts and you will know whether the company is running in profits or losses. The reason why this is important is because you're leaving your country, your home, and you're putting a lot of money at stake. You need to understand whether it's worth it or not. There's no point landing in a different country and suddenly the company being lifted and your money is gone and you're left in a helpless position.
Strange thing is, most of the people, get cheated in India itself. Like they don't even come to UK. So these things happen as well. Like for instance, I can open a company and I can open a website and I can probably tell you, like, okay, transfer me 10 lakhs and I'm going to process each and everything. You don't know me, right? Like whether I'm a genuine or not. So don't do that.
The main thing, guys, is desperation. Many people, unfortunately, they may be going through some sort of job loss or some tough time in their personal lives, and they're obviously desperate to get a job
Absolutely.
in a different country to obviously do better for themselves. But always remember to take some time out. Make sure you put enough time for research, break down what points are positive, what points are negative, and then only make a decision.
Yes.
There's no point rushing these things because it's a big life decision. You're leaving your country, coming to a different country. It is not an easy task.
Yes.
So make sure you invest that amount of time that's needed, invest that amount of research that's needed. If you need to talk to different people, make sure you put in that money towards those phone calls as well. And nowadays you can do WhatsApp calls as well. So whatever it is, make sure you get all the information.
And if you think it's genuine, go for it. It's up to you. It's your call. But then don't give any money beforehand. I mean, some people, what they normally do is when they come to UK, when they see everything is in line and they, after they get the job in the respective field, then only they'll normally pay. So don't get into these traps. And the third one, which is the important aspect for both student as well as the professionals who actually come here. The thing is, don't pass your account details and your sort code as well as the long digit number on your card details, as in your debit card. You'll get cheated very easily. I mean, people can actually apply loans even if they know your account number. So that's the most important thing as well.
So even before you come into a different country, you could potentially be a victim of crime. But they will look at you as the criminal because your name and you've applied for loans and things like that without paying. So it's always good to have a clean record when you're coming to a different country. So whether you're a student or a professional or
a tourist,
whichever category you fall in, make sure you do your research. I know I've been stressing on this point, but it's very important not to just trust the agencies or not to just fully trust somebody else. You will have to go back and do your homework, which is the toughest part, because then you will understand what are the positives and negatives and be able to make a decision forward.
Absolutely. So that's it, and we covered most of it, and I hope you guys liked our video. And if you have any questions or any doubts, please, by all means, please put your thoughts in the comments and we'll definitely try to answer them. Even if we don't know, we'll try to research and we'll get back to you.
Absolutely. So all the very best, guys. I know this is a very, very big decision, so all the very best. I'm sure you'll make the best decision for yourselves.
Absolutely. So and we also have like different videos, like talks as well as informative talks, as well as movie reviews, as well as the travel videos. So please have a look. And
of course, have a look. And if you like our channel, don't forget to subscribe as well.
And we'll see you soon
with another interesting video. Bye.